we're going to do is take out the brake pads, that one there and that one there, the two rear brake pads. All I'm going to do is take them out, clean them up and put them back in again, just to show you how to come out and how to put back in. Now, as you can see, there's actually copper slip on that, just so nothing seizes. That it's always easier to get out for next time as well. And always leave your bits and pieces down in a safe place. And there's also copper slip on that, and as you can see it's fairly fresh because I have a tendency of stripping this down on a regular basis because I don't like nothing seizing up on me. Okay, so that's actually movable there. So now what I'm going to do, I'm going to take out with an Allen key to take that pin out what holds the brake pads in place. Now, as you can see, there's a copper grease on that as well, and also where I've power washed the bike a few times, it's actually been washed off there, but I'd always grease them up as well. It does look a bit dry, but I'll be cleaning them up to put them back on again. Now, if you lift it up, all you do is just basically lift the pads out like that, and as you can see there's still an awful lot of meat left on them, and they're not too bad at all. And the same with that one, bit of an old muck on it, but it's all okay. Everything seems alright in there. Now what I actually got, I've got this light little brush on electric drill, and it's very, very light. You can use a toothbrush, but this is just easier to get in there and clean. And also I've got brake cleaner as well, which does no harm in there whatsoever. So it'll probably drip everywhere, but I'll clean it up after the video. It's not a problem. You've probably seen me use this stuff before. Now this stuff, the proper brake cleaner, it does dissolve very well. You know, it's not dodgy stuff to put on, it's actually great stuff. But this is not an advertisement video, so just look it up and sort of get your own, whatever you feel you prefer. Now with these pads, because I'm putting the old ones back in again, just give them a good old clean. Because these are the same ones what come out what are going back in, I'm I'm keeping them to the proper side. Okay. Now these brakes are actually scored because what actually happened when I was out and about on bad roads, I actually got some sort of a stone or something jammed in the brakes. So the next time I do actually replace my brakes, I will be replacing the back disc as well. I don't have to, but I'm going to because it is slightly scored and it's something I do like to have right. It's not bad enough to have to change, but I will be changing it just for my own peace of mind. And we'll do the exact same again on this one. And that brake cleaner, you can get it in most hardware shops and what have you. If not, get it online, but it's recommended to have it laying around in your workshop because you never know when you're going to use it. Okay, and everything in there seems to be okay. Normally when I do this kind of work, I normally get a lube and put it around the seal of the piston. So that's what I'll be doing now. I'll be putting just a little fraction on it. Not everybody puts copper grease on the back of brake pads. Now if they don't squeak and vibrate, then you don't need to, but there's no harm in doing it. A lot of people say it gathers dust and dirt and bits of debris off the road. Yeah, it probably does. Well, not probably, you know, it does. But, you know, if you're like me and you do go at it a good bit, then it doesn't wait there too long anyway. And there's me pin, what goes through there. And I'm just going to put a little bit of copper grease on that as well. A lot of people don't like putting grease on this, as I said, because it gets debris and it blocks up, but it doesn't wait dirty long enough. Although the bike looks dirty now, but that's just everyday kind of muck you pick up off the road. You know, it'd be nice to clean the bike every time you finish with it or hose it down, but sometimes these things are just not possible. You know, depending on how you're working or what you're doing. So now I'll put the first one back in. And then I'll put the second one back in, which is at the front here. And you have to sit them both. There's a little slot at the very, very bottom that the pad's sitting nice and square. And then when you close this down, you can then line your pin up and put your pin in place. And just with your Allen key, just turn it in, but leave it like that. And then you can see that moving like that. And then you put your bolt back in. Now this bolt was well coppered up with grease, but I'm going to do it again. And I'm going to put it in place there. And then I'm going to screw this up just by finger tight. Now what I'm going to do now, because what tends to happen, these brake pads, if they don't sit in the bottom properly, the wheel won't turn and it catches. Now you might be able to turn it that much, but it will catch on something. So before you tighten it all up, make sure the wheel's off the ground, obviously, because it's on your centre stand, and make sure you can actually turn the wheel all the way around before you tighten everything up, because it's an easy mistake. Because it looks right, it doesn't mean to say it is right. These things have to be checked. Okay, so we do that one back up, and we just give it a small little pinch. Then we've got the little cover, what goes over that. It's a safety screw, and just pinch that. Doesn't have to be too tight, and it wouldn't be any harm just to get a little bit of grease and put it over it, just to stop the weather. Okay, and then you pinch that up, and then again check that it's turning, and pump the brake to make sure everything is working. And that is about it, guys. Now if you are changing the brakes and putting new brake pads in, obviously you've got to open the piston, you've got to pull it back. Now when you've taken this off and you've lifted the caliper up in the air, get the screwdriver in between the two brake pads when it's lifted up and prise the piston back, but do it with the old brake pads. And when you put them back, there'll be enough space there for the new ones to go back in. But you've got to remember, once it's all put back into place, make sure you press your brake pedal, your foot pedal if it's the rear, and keep pumping it and get it solid and make sure it's working. When you go out on the road, first of all, just take it nice and easy before you get too far, just a few yards. Keep touching your brake and hitting on your brake, because you don't want to be looking for your brake in an emergency and it not be there. You need to get this checked out before you go too far on your journey. Just literally down the road 10-15 yards, be checking it straight away as soon as possible. And now all I've got to do now, guys, is where I've been messing around with the brake cleaner again, I'm just going to go around and clean the disc, clean all around here with a bit of a cloth just to keep it tidy, and then I'll put the exhaust back on. So that's it, guys. That's all there is to it. It's a very simple job. Just take your time, take things easy, don't stand on anything to break it. Just if it's seized, sometimes put boiling water on because of the aluminium to make it swell up. You know, just use boiling water out of a kettle if there's anything seized up, and it might help you. You know, because there's no other way really of putting heat on it because of all the rubber bits and pieces. But guys, please, if you haven't subscribed to my channel, please give it the thumbs up and subscribe to help the channel. It'd be much appreciated. And until next time, stay safe, and I hope you enjoy the video. Thank you very much. And if possible at all, if you are happy with it, please share it on other social medias to get it out there. Stay safe, guys and girls. Thank you very much.